Hello, Columba friends. I'm David. One thing we learned about Jesus from studying the Gospels is that for most of his ministry, he seemed to have no permanent place to stay. As he tells his followers, foxes have holes and birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head. Jesus is born in a Bethlehem stable because there's no room in the inn. He begins life as a refugee, as Mary and Joseph flee with their baby to Egypt to escape danger and violence. Jesus proclaims the love and hospitality of God that knows no boundaries. Tragically, just as in Jesus' time, hostile forces still resist that promise. Today, over 80 million people in the world are forcibly displaced by conflict and persecution. Nearly half are children. And our country is home to millions of people who are physically or emotionally on the run, like Jesus' family, fearing the effects of poverty, racism, and other forms of prejudice that say, there's no room for you. Through our ongoing ministries, the people of St. Columba's are answering the call to fulfill God's promise of peace with room for all. Many who flee from danger today come from Afghanistan. Over 5,000 Afghan evacuees are now housed at military bases in Virginia, awaiting resettlement in neighborhoods not far from us. Many brought with them only what they could carry. Recently, the Washington Post profiled a couple who, expecting a child, fled when the fall of Kabul plunged them into immediate danger last summer. Leaving everything behind, they made a long trek through dusty, overcrowded camps toward a new life. Overjoyed, they found an apartment in Maryland, just as their son was born. While filled with relief, the family faces new challenges. The baby's father said in Afghanistan there would be 100 people in the house the day the baby comes. Now it is just us, 2 people and a baby. Yet not for long. Just as God provided for the wandering 2 people and a baby, whose story shapes our faith, so did neighbors bearing gifts soon come to call on this refugee family in Maryland, helping them, after a time of struggle, to start over in a strange new place. And here, in the need of anxious families like this, and wherever people hunger for the peace God intends for all, this is where Jesus invites us to join him today. Whether it's 2 people and a baby, or a family of 10, or one person at any stage of life to whom the world seems to be saying, there's no room for you. In such places of vulnerability and fear, Jesus offers you and me an opportunity to be bearers of God's love. In addition to our ministries to end family homelessness, St. Columba's will soon serve as sponsor and companion to help an Afghan refugee family find housing, employment, and a supportive new community. People in our parish began to come together not long after Kabul fell last summer, recognizing a call to live God's love by helping an arriving family to make a new beginning. Our successful experience in sponsoring an Afghan family several years ago has shown us the challenges and blessings of this work, and every one of us can take part. By offering some of your time, your kindness, and your welcoming spirit, you can make a difference. By giving generously to our annual outreach appeal, you can help to extend God's hospitality to people in need of housing, food, clothing, and jobs. Visit our website to learn more and join this ministry of God's hospitality. Young Jesus surely studied and took to heart this core teaching of the Hebrew Bible. You shall treat the stranger who sojourns with you as the native among you, and you shall love the stranger as yourself. What a blessing it is for you and me to have the chance to encounter Jesus now, among neighbors who wait for us to help fulfill the promise of God's love with room for all. Thank you, and thanks be to God.